All right, kitty cats. Welcome again to the potential conclusion of our first story arc. I say potential because I don't know what sort of insanity the players have planned or not, as it happens. But nevertheless, here we are. So we've done a couple of changes on the background. Hope that it pans out well. If not, it's our part of the learning curve. So we hope you enjoy it. As per usual, we have our normal casting, which is Naomi, Sharon, Katie, Jared, and myself. And as per any other session of Star Wars in the system, we start with something quite simple and quite meaningful, which is generating your dark side, light side pool.
Yes. We have ammunition.
You guys are despicable.
Yes, we are.
4 stupid light side points, 1 miserable dark side point.
Oh, don't worry. It'll have company soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so, because I'm feeling murderous after the day of today.
Oh, no.
So you guys have 1 day before, or 1 day or thereabouts before the party. So I'm going to allow every one of you to roll to tell me 2 actions. So Naomi, first action, go.
Oh, bollocks. Amaya wakes up 2 o'clock that morning because, major life events, things that churn in the back of her mind, insomnia kicks in, gets up, and I think it's a great time to go find a quiet space somewhere and bring the lightsaber and maybe do some training.
Do you have lightsaber?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, so we've spoken about this. Lightsaber
Yes.
is not one of those things that you can teach yourself.
Okay. I've got the wooden practice sword, which is what she has been using
So
traditionally.
you know swordsmanship, which is melee.
Yes. Yes,
Cool.
she does.
So you're going to practice melee.
Yes.
Okay.
To see how this whole new body thing works for her.
It works fine.
That was amazingly uneventful. That's good to know. So, yeah, she'll go and practice her stances and do that for about 3-4 hours.
Okay. Jared or Dr. Mary.
Yeah.
What sort of ghastly misdeeds are you doing this morning?
I think what Dr. Mary wants to do is I'm trying to think how to put it. Basically to kind of try and learn the mannerisms and duplicate a member of the ambassador's security detail so that she can impersonate them.
Okay, there is one guy that looks particularly dense, but it's very easy to read.
Yep.
It's sort of a darker skinned fella. You know, it has a very, what do you call it? A very calm expression about himself. And you have seen him, or you have seen Ronsai hanging around him.
Yeah.
So we don't have socialize or social per se in this game. So let me see how would you read it? What would you use for that?
Well, I think what I'm trying to do is like build a kind of cover identity. So it's not so much communicating with him directly as
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
working
I'm
out.
just trying to see how would you impress upon yourself. Would that be because it would be either I don't think it's education per se.
I think it's
I,
probably deception. It's kind of like building up a kind of false identity that you can kind of
I was actually thinking xenology.
xenology. Okay, all right. I can roll for that to kind of what
But
is he? What species is the guard?
it's a human.
A human. Yeah. Okay. I'll give that a go. Yep.
I'll tell you what. Roll me a xenology.
Yep.
And if you get a good roll, I'll throw you blue dices for your deception roll.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay. What difficulty do you want me to roll against?
I would say 3 purples.
Yep. Okay. I might flip one. Giving you a dice that point.
Come, my precious, come.
And I think I don't know. Maybe this to kind of help the roll, maybe to get a blue. I might sort of subtly try and ask Runsai about this person a little bit and what she knows about him, and get a sense of this co-worker.
Runside, tell me about the guy that you are mind wiping every so often.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have a particularly strong mind.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
There's not much running through that head. Let's just say
his brain is like Swiss cheese.
yeah, he's just eager to please.
He's
you know.
cute but stupid.
Yeah, a little bit of flirting, and you'll get places.
Okay.
Yeah, great. So I don't know, does that sound good enough for like what, 1 blue, 2 blue?
Sure, get 1 blue for that.
1 blue. All right, cool. All right, let's go for it and see how we go.
Okay.
Very good.
That's a triumph.
3 successes, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. Yeah.
So
Very nice.
definitely you get. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the difficulty by 1. So you're only rolling 2 purples for the deception, and you get 2 blues.
Cool. All right. I wonder if also for the triumph, like whether I could get, I don't know, like because he's a bit sort of empty-headed, maybe like leaves a sort of security badge somewhere or something. Like,
I'll do you 1 better.
Yep.
You actually, because the guy is a bit of an idiot. You notice that as he communicates or as he talks in his communicator, he keeps on dropping a word, sparrow. And after looking at it in hindsight and paying more attention to his pattern and things, you realize that sparrow is his personal denomination code.
Great. Okay. So yep, add that to my kind of ID.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Now, do you want me to wait to roll the deception when the time comes?
Yes, and remember you have 2 blues and your difficulty is only 2 purples.
Great.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Vasi and Eso, what are you doing for your first action?
I am going to visit our dear Mr. Trey. And I am going to for a little bit of intel on the people who he knows might be at the dinner.
Okay. Right. He says, well, it's not a dinner per se. It's actually a grand banquet. It's not a private affair. It's something that is going to be extremely public. There is nobility, there is political leaders, there is civil figures. I mean, I think there is even Hollywood starlets that have been invited just to make this more grandiose and more interesting for everybody. So take your pick. What are you looking for?
I am looking for someone in the entourage of the regent's entourage who might be a newer member of the entourage. So
No such thing.
no such thing. So no more recent security.
Nope.
No, they're all been old hands.
People that have come from have been with her for years.
Okay.
Short of disappearing somebody and going through the vetting process, unlikely.
So they're all likely to be ridiculously loyal and not going to fall for certain level of charm. Okay.
No.
Well, that is also good to know. And I would like to use my black market contacts to get a sleeping draft.
A sleeping drug. What?
What are you up to?
So Alaric asked, "What's okay? How do you want it? Do you want this to be a dart, a gas,
A liquid, please.
a liquid?" Okay.
Or something that could be snuck into somebody's drink.
He says, "I have to research. When do you need this?"
For the banquet, if at all possible.
He laughs and said, "Look, I'll see what I can get you in such short notice. It's not that these things are just waiting to be picked."
Girls gotta try.
He raises an eyebrow, unimpressed. And he says, "If you were going to take the contract, you should have made plans days ago. Your competition is way ahead of you."
Who said anything about the contract, darling?
All right, I'll get you your drug, but it's going to cost you. I'll send it to the embassy.
Thank you.
All right, Katie,
Yep.
what's your first action?
Well, Runside is getting the feeling that something's going down.
Something's going down.
Yeah. She has uncanny senses and
Okay, that's not what uncanny senses do, but okay.
well, what do uncanny senses do?
It actually gives you bonus to when you're trying to perceive something.
All right, okay. Well, anyway, she's getting the feeling that there's something suspicious. Something's gonna happen at the gala, so she wants to be prepared. So she's doing a little bit of sleuthing, listening to some chatter, listening behind corners,
Where?
seeing
In
what
the embassy?
in the embassy. Yeah, seeing.
All right. So this actually requires rolls.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you're trying to do this without being.
Oh yeah. She doesn't want to be seen.
Make a stealth roll. Difficulty 3 purples. That doesn't look. So no.
Listening at the wrong corner.
As a matter of fact, you fail. So the people that you're trying to snoop in, they're like, Ronsa, is there anything that we can help you?
Damn it.
You keep on following us. So is there something that you need to tell us, or?
No. I'm just finding all I can about the gala.
Right. You know what you need to know, so this is nothing for you to worry about. So you should go back to your quarters and get ready.
All right. Are you sure that everything's
Yes.
fine? Okay. She slinks away. Have our has our clothing been arranged? Like
Yes.
Yes. All right. She's also going to check that out. Make sure there's some pockets.
It's dresses or gowns for a gala, so it's not. It's something that is designed for show, not for purpose. So
Right,
if
so
you're
no-
planning to sneak a blaster underneath, unless you have a blaster with a high rating of concealment, it ain't going to happen.
What about hairdo?
Hairdo.
Yeah, could you hide a gun or a knife in your hair? I mean, we all know that.
Okay. So how big is your head?
No. Is there like some kind of hairstyle, like a?
Sure, there is
Armadillo
plenty of
type?
hairstyles that you could do, but you're trying to conceal a blade of swords that at least would look. If it's something that is the length of your finger, probably you can get away with putting it on in between your curls. If it's something bigger than that, it's
Right.
going to require some work.
Okay. Probably too much work. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you got your action.
Yep.
Take it for your second one.
Mm-hmm.
Amaya, afternoon action. Go.
Afternoon action. I know there's a rat somewhere in the groups, the wider group.
There is like 60 people.
Exactly. That's a lot of rats to go through. I'm going to call up personnel files and just read personnel files. I've worked with them for a little while. I know most of them. I want to see if there's something that might indicate to me who, if any of them, may benefit by betraying us.
Based on what?
Are they in debt?
How would you know that? This is a personal file.
Yes.
How are you going to know if they're in debt?
Are they gamblers? Little hints and things like that, which may.
Okay.
Hey, I am grasping at straws here.
Definitely. And,
I know.
So, skullduggery for purples. 1 black.
Okay, skullduggery. Oh, check failed.
Yeah.
2 failures and 1 threat.
Okay.
Moving on.
No. Consequences. 2 failures, 1 threat.
Yep.
As you are combing through the files, you didn't realize that there was a protocol that was keeping track of the files that you were opening and what you were consulting. And you receive a message. At some point, your terminal gets locked, and you receive a message from the secretary of the ambassador, and says, the message reads, "Is there a particular reason why you are investigating every single personal file? Is there something that are you aware and you're not conveying to the chain of command?"
She'll respond, yes, I have information that is unsubstantiated at the moment. I'm trying to follow it up before I come up to command with it. I'm happy to discuss this further.
She doesn't reply, and your terminal remains locked.
Has a habit of doing that to me.
No, I think you do it to yourself.
I'm talented like that.
Very well. The protocol droid comes. Miss Amaya, it's time for preparations for the banquet tonight. Do you require an assistant for you disrobing and re-robing with your designated clothing?
I haven't even seen my designated clothing, so
It's already in your quarters.
okay. I think I can manage on my own, but thank you.
Very well. Keep on going. Dr. Mary, second action.
Yeah, so I'm gonna invite this kind of Sparrow designated member of the security staff to come and visit me in my room.
The guy's like a human-sized puppy.
Yeah.
Like, yes, doctor. What can I do for you?
So once I get him in my room, what I'm going to do is try and knock him out and take over his identity, basically. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. We'll see if that works.
Okay.
I can use my various talents that help me with stealing strain, so that hopefully shouldn't be too hard. Using a brawl check. I think it should be a brawl check, and then I'm going to use my pressure point and possibly anatomy lessons to make it strain instead.
All right. Yep. Go for it. So yeah, brawl check. It's close combat quarters, so it's
2 purple by default, isn't it?
Yeah.
2
purple. You get 1 blue because he's not expecting to be
not
jumped.
expecting it. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, here goes. Ooh, just gets there. So 1 success, 2 advantages. Let me have a look. So that will be 6 damage plus my ranks in medicine, so 9, and then I'm gonna flip a point as well to add my intellect ranks as well. So that's 13 strain, ignoring soak. As I sort of whack him on the back of the neck and lay him down in my bed. Hopefully that gets him out. Yeah.
Completely out.
Yeah, having a nice little nap.
He just drops like a sack of potatoes.
Very nice. Okay. And so then I'm going to sort of like basically get into his uniform, set him up in my bed with it sort of a bit covered and transmit a message that Dr. Heath is indisposed with a nasty stomach bug and just to leave me to it.
Yeah.
And then I now need to attempt this is a changeling. This is like a special called out action. So to basically transform into him. So it's a resilience check. Average, so 2 purple check. And I'm guessing I can probably take those 2 blue from studying him before to that as well. So see if that works. Otherwise might look like somebody else. Hopefully not.
Oh.
All right, so 1 success, 3 advantages, 1 triumph.
Yep. Now, flawless. If you had any strain, recover point of strain.
Yep.
No, man, you look exactly like him. You even have the same sheepishly placid expression in your face. Everything is anatomically correct. Yeah, good to go.
Does he have a name other than Sparrow?
Yes, his name is, he is the Corporal Jarud Kitar.
Jarud Kitar, okay. Cool, so then I proceed to my post as Corporal Takar.
Yep. As you are finishing your preparations and you're checking yourself in the mirror, like, yep. And like, Corporal Kita, acknowledge.
Reporting in.
Right. Everything okay? You've been offline for the past half an hour.
Yeah, I was just helping out Dr. Heath. She's a bit sick in her room.
Yes.
She's not gonna be able to make it, but I'm coming back online now.
Yes, look up because there is a special strains of bugs. Can you please lock her from the outside? I believe that you should have a master key. So
Roger.
And then report to the barracks for assignments for this ceremony later.
Roger that. On my way.
Oh, and you get out like.
Yeah.
Basia. Action number 2.
So just checking that this grand gala banquet is at the High Contran equivalent of the White House.
Sort of, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So she'd like to just duck back to her ship and make a call to her patron.
Okay.
Wants to ask who they want blackmail material on.
They say that at this stage they don't care. They're just waiting to see who comes out on top.
Basically, anything she can scrounge up and find. Kind of deal.
But also, before you disconnect, they say that they're expecting those samples to come out safely, regardless of what happens in the system.
Mm-hmm.
if that doesn't come to happen, they will be very disappointed.
Understood.
Yeah. Your ship is almost ready to fly. They're bolting the last panels.
Yeah, and she'll make sure no one's around. Do a quick scan of her quarters for any additions they have made.
Make a
Then-
roll. Probably roll an underworld, because if they were going to plant a beacon or a tracker or something like that, or skullduggery.
Ooh. No bad. One fail, one advantage.
Okay.
Um,
No, everything appears in its rightful place. Nothing. Ransai, second action.
Might have a chat, see if she can go and find her friend. Sparrow. And see if he has any information on the banquet. Would it be possible for someone to tell if someone was pretending to be somebody else?
Yes.
Uh,
You mean if somebody is impersonating somebody? Yes,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are ways to do
so
it.
if I did a little bit of rifling through his head, I'd be able to, I'd know.
I think conventionally it's meant to be against my deception, but
Yes,
I don't know whether you have magical powers to rifle in my head. Maybe.
Yeah, magical
the first thing is you have to actively use the force,
Yeah.
right? And
All
so
right.
far you have been quite liberal with this.
Yeah. Have I used up too much?
No, but it's so far you have been using it against NPCs. Now you will be using it against a character, so it's a contested role.
Different. Yeah. Okay.
So your friend Yarud, or the god,
Yeah.
seems to be tied up in a staff meeting.
Okay. I guess. Sorry. Just trying to think. All right. Well, I guess she's just gonna get rid. See if she can. Is there somewhere? Is there like somewhere I could get some intel on the actual building that we're going to be in?
Not in 6 hours.
Okay. Well, I guess she's just gonna. Can I have a rest? And I've got some strain. Can I regain some strain?
Sure. Okay. So all of the gods are called in, and the security officer from the ambassador starts saying, we have reasons to believe that some of the local population has no desire to see a fruitful relation between the new republic and the Hikuntra system. So all of you need to be very vigilant. We don't expect this to escalate more than words or perhaps some embarrassing scene, or what could be the beginning of an embarrassing scene. However, if you perceive something that may escalate further than this, take care of it as discreetly as possible. We do not want to embarrass anybody in Hikuntra, and we don't want to shame our ambassador. So it's of paramount importance, discretion. Any questions on this?
So, so how closely should we follow the ambassador?
Give her plenty of room. It's going to be a big room. As long as she's always within close reach of somebody, you're just going to be passing in the package.
Understood.
One thing that is going to work in our favor is that this is a masquerade ball. So we have been provided very diverse array of costumes and livery, so we can circulate with ease of access through the building. So please pick up your uniform on the way out, and we will be departing in 1 hour.
So do we have any intel on any possible threats? Surely the masquerade ball will work against us as well.
Nothing solid, however, it has been brought to our attention that the one called Amaya Sorensen was researching for potential vectors of approach to everybody in the embassy. So keep an eye on her. We are not certain of where her loyalties may lie.
Understood.
And so everybody gets frocked up. Some people with assistance, some people without assistance. Vasia, one of the protocol droids come into your quarters and said, "Oh, Miss Vasia, this has been delivered for you."
You.
And it's a tiny bottle with a bit of a yellow liquid.
Little bit of beauty treatment.
Yes, you rub it on your eye, you start feeling the muscle go a bit lax. Like, maybe that's not that.
It's not perfume.
Yes. So, yeah. And as you're removing that, you realize that there seems to be a false bottom in the box.
Okay, I'll wait until the droid leaves and
Yep.
have a little bit of a look.
When you remove it, you see a cryo container.
Yeah.
And has a handwritten note. This needs to be moved as fast as possible. It should be okay as long as you don't open it or doesn't get compromised.
Okay. So how far from the location of the Gala is her ship?
So your ship is in one of the spaceports here in the upper city. You guys are in one of the upper spaceports. The party is happening here in the Citadel, or the Gala. So it's not far off. It's like 15 minutes in a turbo lift.
Yeah.
Or an air
Might
train.
make a little detour to
Yep.
place that in the hidden compartment in her ship.
Yep, that's fine. Sundial, you get designated to one of the transports. You see a Maya being loaded in a transport. Basia, are you going with the transports of everybody, or?
So that I just want to grab something from my ship,
Yep,
a replacement jacket, and meet them there.
sure.
I'll totally believe me about the jacket.
Yeah,
Been obsessing over the jacket.
the 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 driver is like, whatever, it's all the same to me. Yeah, drops you in the ship. But he doesn't wait for you.
That's fine.
He keeps on driving. Runs high, and everybody is going on the way, and you see that the citadel is illuminated with different colors, and it's well, the nighttime shield has started to extend, and the luminous auras of the crystal buildings just project and radiate into the artificial sky, and it makes this sort of aurora borealis like color play in the space, which is quite pretty, and you can see that yeah, they're really putting on a show. Even some of the air traffic slows down just to admire the the light play and the patterns. And you also need notice that there is a substantially larger number of security badges and patrols just around the perimeter of the buildings and the airspace. Seems that they want to avoid another surprise like the one from a couple of weeks ago. So you arrive to the gala. See that if you see some familiar faces. You see Dr. Preeti is there with her partner. You see the queen is there. She's also in costume. She's wearing an all red costume, quite elaborate, and it's a bit. How she looks is she looks still young, but there is this force, this inner force of somebody that is fully convinced on what she's doing. And she receives the ambassador and looks in your direction and nods towards you. And then her eyes stop for a second in Amaya, and she approaches.
I'll remember my protocol training and react accordingly, probably
Yeah.
dropping into a bow.
Protocol training, look, get very stiff and then bow.
Exactly.
Queen
Regent.
Please, no need for that. We are amongst friends tonight. How's your recovery going?
It's been going very well. Dr. Pretty has been most helpful. And again, I thank you for what you've done for me.
It's the least that we could do. After all, you got injured under our care, so we would be terrible hosts if at least we wouldn't take some responsibility. It pains me to say that we still haven't caught the assailant, and it seems that it's far more resourceful than your average droid, which is rather concerning.
I have every faith that that droid will be located.
Yes, let's hope that's the case. But anyway, I'm glad to see you in better shape than last time.
Thank you.
And she keeps on moving. Um, so make a perception roll as she moves out with her entourage.
Sure. And what am I rolling
3
against?
purples.
3 perception. Oh, finally, I have a success.
Mm.
5 successes,
Success
3
and
threats.
threat.
Mm-hmm.
As she is moving away with her entourage, you see that there is a person in her entourage that you have seen before. You've seen it in the Imperial Files shopping complex, and it was lurking in a dark corner with Gadriel Kane.
Is
And
that Shayla? Charlie? What's her name?
yes, Dr. Afra.
I'm gonna make eye contact with her. I see you!
She gives you a sweet smile and winks and keeps on walking.
That's okay. She's not the droid I'm looking for.
Now you got 3 threats.
Is that good for me or
Well,
good for you?
So codename Sparrow.
Yeah.
You hear in your intercom. It's like the captain of your squad said, Sparrow. You're the closest in position. Tell me what Amaya is looking at. She seemed to be very interested in someone in the Regent's entourage. Do you have a visual?
I'm half phased out there. So sorry, I'm watching Amaya. Is that right? Like they've
Yes.
called me to, yeah. Yeah, I've got a visual on her. How should I proceed?
See if you can pinpoint who is she looking at. She seems to be unusually fixated in somebody in the Queen's Regent entourage.
Yep. Okay. So I go and understood. Go and keep an eye on her, who she's watching after.
Yep. Okay.
So I spot that she's looking at Dr. Afra. Is that right? Or
Well, I don't know. Make a perception roll.
all right.
I don't think it's a very obvious look. It's just a acknowledgement.
It's not. It's just somebody was already looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, I could also just go over and ask her, I suppose, is the other thing I could do.
Yeah.
Look, maybe I'll approach it that way. I might go up and just sort of sidle up to Amaya and just sort of pull her to the side and say, Amaya, don't freak out. But it's Mary. It's Mary here. How you going?
What?
And just briefly change back into my voice.
She literally just grabs you and turns her back to the crowd. Yo,
I'm in disguise.
Obviously.
Like I said, don't react. But I'm with the security detail, and they've noticed you noticing somebody in the Queen's entourage. Is there any one thing we should be worried about?
That was Dr. Afram with the Queen's entourage.
Right.
But she's not the one I'm looking at. Well, I don't think she's our problem. Not this problem anyway. She's not our rat.
Hmm. In character, just remind me how much we don't know much about Dr. Afra at all in character, do we? So we probably wouldn't be suspicious necessarily.
You do know that she was the last Imperial officer to land here when the Imperials still have a foothold.
So I mean, I
But-
guess I'd probably raise that with the mind then, like, she was an Imperial officer here. Here she is again. I think we should be pretty concerned. Out of character, I'm very concerned. I know what she's like, but
Oh God, we're going to die.
just look out for the two killer droids, then we're really in trouble. 000. Yeah.
Maya looks at Mary, aka Sparrow. That's a whole other discussion. But she looks at him and goes, she's working with the guy who told me there was a rat here amongst our team.
How much can you trust this fellow? Other than his looks, he doesn't seem to have much else to recommend him.
I can't trust what he says. I can't verify anything he's told me. But nor can I condemn him. They've done nothing to make
Oh,
me
what you know,
suspicious
he
of them.
could be feeding you bad intel.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what she's saying. I can't vouch for him. I can't condemn him. I don't know. We
Is he
haven't
here?
been able to.
Have you seen him here tonight?
No, not yet. I no doubt he's lurking somewhere. He'll be here
Okay.
somewhere. If she's here, he'll be here.
Well, keep an eye on Dr. Afra. I'll keep keeping an eye on you. And I better keep making my rounds.
We'll talk further, Mary. Nice to see you feeling better.
Indeed.
Yes, and I'll just slide back into the crowds.
Yeah, I'll keep patrolling.
Very well. Ronside, you see how Amaya seems to be making moves on your little pet.
Yes. I'm going to go over to Amaya and ask, so talking with your Rod, were you?
Oh, you're looking smashing today.
Same for you. Do you like my hair?
Absolutely. On point. Shall we?
You,
Okay.
you don't look like a robot much. Well done.
Hey, I did not say that.
Too soon. Too soon.
Shall we?
Go for a walk?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Let's admire the scenery, and you can tell me about your road.
Who's your Rud? Oh, the guard.
Yes.
The
Yes.
God.
Why? He's just came up and had a chat to me.
All right.
Are you jealous, Runzai?
No. Baby.
Really?
Uh,
Maybe. Ah.
No, he's like a puppy. He's acting a little bit out of character.
Is he?
Yes.
Thought he was perfectly sweet to me.
It's not that clever.
He was just making sure I was okay. That's all.
Okay. All right. Are you okay?
Yes. Yes,
Have
I'm
you
just.
have you noticed? Is there anything suspicious here? Have you felt anything different?
No, not yet. I'm just walking through the crowd trying to keep my ears and eyes open, and hopefully tonight's uneventful.
Yes. Well, we'll see. I have a bad feeling about it. Yes.
She got it out there.
Yes. Yes. Well, let's do some mingling. Do we is it like a stand-up kind of deal, or is there a table set out?
This party is like a cocktail party, so everybody's standing. There's alcohol and libations just going everywhere. So you see all the creme de la creme of the Hicontra society. Everybody who is someone seems to be here tonight. You see members of the Senate and the local councils, you see industrialists, you see politicians of different branches, members of different races that from your brief packages, you have come to understand that the system used to have very, very marked seat ideas, like about race purity and every race should keep to themselves. So there were actually control boards for each one of the races that were present, which eventually became more like social associations and eventually evolved into a political faction into itself. So each one of the races has like nominated representatives, and they're part of the political structure, which is good and bad. Because good because theoretically each one of the races that has a significant population has a representation, but it's bad because also depending on the level of how do I put this? Social costume that may be hereditary or maybe won by trial of combat or plain and simple corruption, or there is vices into the system itself. However, it upholds the idea of a representative nature of the society, which is good in theory, but in practice it gets a bit more nuanced. You guys so amongst the bus, yeah, you get there, and as you are exiting the hangar, you see the Devaronian couple that was at the entrance of the bar, and they nod at you and said, "We'll make sure that everything stays in its place."
Thank you, darlings.
Also, watch your back in this dinner party. We know that there is at least 3 people betting for the same contract.
Understood.
So keep your nose clean.
When she was in the ship, she would have retrieved enough bling to make it look like she was actually going for something to finish the outfit instead of just sneak into the ship for some reason.
Yes.
She's now got, jeweled things around her neck.
Yeah. You look better suited for a party. So as you get to the party, you arrive to this grand hall where they're serving drinks, and there is a bunch of people, and everybody's very well dressed. And then you see that the protocol droids start offering masks to everybody. And the lights dim a little bit, and you see that a master of ceremony says, "Friends, welcome to the celebration of a new friendship in between our nations. The Hikantra system proudly offers its hand and receives in reciprocity the envoys of the new republic. May our relations last for a long time and they're as fruitful and blessed as the ones that we have had with their predecessors. And so, in the Hikuntra fashion of celebration, please let's welcome our carnival. You see that the door, the grand door on the back of the room, just opened, and you see how the room inside, which is a very large room, and you can tell it's a grand ceremony room, has been fully decorated, and there's critters and what it appears to be animals of some sort that just are either levitating or floating in the air, dancing gracefully in the air. There is acrobats and there is harlequins and performers of different types, and everybody is brightly dressed and in costume. And then that's the carnival begins. And festive music comes by, and the performers start mingling with everybody and just taking them inside the room. And Sundal, you hear over your earpiece, I don't like this one bit. This situation is no longer controlled. Please make sure that everybody has an eye on the ambassador at all times.
So should we circle around her more closely?
Just stay close by, preferably within arm's reach.
Okay, yep, move to arm's reach from the ambassador.
Yep. So yeah, this is a pretty festive element. And you see that most of the people from Hikontra just appear pleasantly surprised and they just revel in the experience of the carnival, whereas all the New Republic people are like, what are we doing here? And then eventually a couple of them have a couple more drinks and they get some Dutch courage on them and start also integrating themselves to the dynamics. And what are you doing? Are you guys also drinking it up and partying a little bit, or just keeping your wits about it?
Fuzzy looks like she's imbibing, but she's not, doing a bit of a sleight of hand. Making her way through and chatting up everyone on the high Contran entourage. Working her way up to someone who might have a security pass of a high level on them.
How would you know? How does that person look like? Everybody's in costume.
She assumes that they'd be hanging around the Queen Regent, and the Queen Regent is very strikingly dressed.
Make a perception roll. 4 purple, 2 blacks.
2 failures, but nothing else, so. Yay.
No. No, with between the light and the costumes and the movement and everything, you really cannot pinpoint who's who. You know where the queen is regent is moving thereabouts. She appears delighted with the celebrations, and she is in close proximity of the ambassador. But yeah,
I'm gonna start making my way over that direction and kind of hang out in the periphery, but not too obvious. Just chatting up anyone who stops and talk.
okay. Right. So you've been here for about an hour, and this is a party of a different level to the ones in the New Republic. There is the alcohol is flowing at some point, something that is not alcohol, but it's also fulfills a stimulant purpose, comes about too. You see that the Queen Regent and the ambassador partake quite discreetly, and then they kind of giggle with each other, and they seem to relax a bit more. And I am going to flip one die.
So it starts.
So what what happens as you are in the middle of party mode is there is, as part of the carnival celebration, there is some misters that are generating this cloudy atmosphere, and you see that out of the blue, a couple of them just start creating more and more condensation. So instead of being a light mist, it's actually a proper cloud. And one of the local security members goes and check it, and you see how it detonates. Poof! And it propels a cloud, and another one in close proximity also detonates and generates the same cloud. And you see how from a high point, two blaster shots, what it sounds a high caliber, just come down. And immediately after the shots, you hear the bang of smaller explosions. So, I would like all of you, where's this?
Roll panic.
Make a resilience check against 3 purple.
3.
3 purple.
Oh, yeah, succeeded. 2 successes, 2 threats. 1 threat.
Oh, failed.
2 failures, 1 threat.
2 failures. No, 3 failures, 1 threat.
So Ransai and Basia, you were too close in proximity to the cloud, and you are numbed. Like, I'll give you numb, as if somebody would have sprayed you all over with something like lidocaine or something like that. That you're like anesthetized, but and you're still you, but everything is just a bit more sluggish, and your muscles don't react as fast. Sundal and Amaya, you are overlooking through the misty clouds, and as it dissipates, and all what you're seeing where the entourages were is bodies. And amongst the bodies, you see the bodies of the two highest ranking members, sporting blaster wounds straight in the middle of the chest.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I I I think it's just instinct. She's gonna rush in and hold her breath, rush in, grab the ambassador, and see if I can drag the body.
She seems to be in a very unnatural pose.
Yeah, I need to get her under cover, and I'm actually gonna scream at Mary. Mary,
Yeah,
help the Queen
I'll join in
Regent.
that. No, I'll get on the other end. To cover. Yeah. No, I feel like let's stay with the ambassador. I feel like I'm protecting the ambassador as well. I think we need two on that.
Oh, so you're gonna leave the Queen Regent, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the queen. I'm not interested in the queen.
Oh, that's
Yep. Yeah, you see that the moment that you two react, some other people react too. Some people start pulling the queen out. Some others just start shouting in panic, and all hell breaks loose in the room. People trampling each other, pushing. The security corps just pull out blasters and start looking everywhere to see. They start fanning out. They create a like a security cordon to make sure that nobody goes close to the queen. And then out of somewhere they get um, like um, like a small repulsor blade, yeah, over,
Mhm.
and put the body in it, and they just cut it away.
So the ambassador is dead straight up, is it? Or
Uh, yeah, well, at least
Oh.
at this stage it is looking like she's not breathing.
oh. You're the doctor. Help her. If I can survive, if I can survive multiple shots to the chest, surely she can survive one.
we have the technology. I think I would probably stay with her with the body and go to wherever we're going. And who else would be going along with that? Like other security staff or?
Yeah, well, the head of security is going with you, which is um this Wookiee, and he looks absolutely pissed off.
Yep.
I'm gonna key my comm link and just let Vazia and Runto know that we're with the ambassador. We'll catch up with them later before they freak out.
So I know that Wabazia is a little bit numbed, but she would try to use that to a little bit of an advantage. And if anyone else close to her, um, she could stumble into them and try and pickpocket a security pass.
Which of the people that you have not identified who are the
Oh,
security
I
people?
don't think it matters at this point. It's like anyone who was like within the same cloud, like the cop feel and see if we can get a security pass.
Yeah. All right. So make a roll. 3 purples, 2 black, but you also have 1 blue because of the confusion.
So that would be coordination.
That would be skullduggery.
Skullduggery.
Oh.
4
Okay.
failures, but 6 advantages.
Right. So you try to impose on somebody and fumble through the pockets, and this person is like, no, 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 let me go, and pushes you away. When it pushes you, you see a figure that is rappelling through the outside of the building, and it seems to have a long range blaster tied to his back.
Okay, she'll just like start waving there.
Yeah, the figure waves back at you, like, hey.
It's kind of like trying to attract the attention of security and like point them out.
It's an
but, you know.
absolute chaos. It's like, my legs, my legs.
Oh well. Had to try.
Yeah, definitely had to. Ronside, what are you doing?
Even though I've been a bit numbed,
Yep.
can I take some I suppose perception and see if I can see anyone acting like I want to try and see if I can see the assailants or anyone
Sure.
acting suspicious.
Roll perception.
Yeah.
It's
Do I have to add anything?
4 purples, 2 blacks.
Yeah.
That's a difficulty because everything is an absolute chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
1
successful.
triumph.
2 successes.
Okay.
Advantage.
Good roll. Yeah, well, you see that Vasia seems to be gesticulating and pointing at something outside. And when you follow where she's pointing at, you see that there is actually a figure rappelling down the exterior of the building.
Mm-hmm. Can I go over to the window and get a better look? Go over to the window.
Well,
yeah.
Sort of. The
There's a
figure
lot.
is all dressed in black, and it has a mask too.
It's not going to be very helpful. Was there any guards that are injured that might have a available blaster?
Not that you can see. The guards that were not very well. As you're looking at this, you realize that this was a very precise hit.
Yeah.
The collateral damage was minimal.
Yeah.
Even the people that got injured in the area of effect, they're not deadly wounded. They're just incapacitated, severely incapacitated, but incapacitated, not dead.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like they've got their mark then, like someone succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Seems that somebody's going to have a steak dinner tonight.
Can I calm Amaya and tell her that I've seen I saw someone abseiling down there, like I want to let someone know that I've seen
Sure.
someone on the outside.
Amaya and Sundal, you guys are escorting the ambassador.
Yeah.
And then Amaya, your comlink starts beeping.
Go ahead.
Oh yes. I've seen someone sailing down the building. Are you with anybody who can investigate?
Is the Wookiee here? The chief
Yes.
of security? I'm
He's
gonna
with you, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and go, Rensei's just seen someone abseiling down the side of the building. He may have something to do with this. In other words, go get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rensei, follow him.
All right.
And
Am I
hopefully the Wookiee's coming with you.
Yeah. Well, but he's going down the outside of the building. How am I going to get outside the building?
Going
Yeah.
outside.
Oh,
Street
Sure.
level. Outside.
we're not, the building that we're in,
Mhm.
are we up? Like, are we, have we ascended
You are in one of the towers
the tower?
in
Yeah.
the city. In the
Right.
citadel.
And then can I see a hole or, like an opening that you can get outside in?
No, you would have to find a hatch, an access hatch,
Yeah.
or
All right. Can I have a look around for an access hatch that might take me outside?
make a perception roll.
All right. What do I need?
Perception,
Yep.
difficulty 3,
Yep.
1 black.
All black. Okay. Check succeeded. 3 successes, 2 threats.
Okay. You see that there is no access hatch in this level. However, you can see an access hatch a bit ajar, a couple of levels above you.
Uh-huh. Can I go up there? I'm going up there.
And you start moving in that direction.
Yeah.
But as you do this, a couple of the guards of the local guard that are a bit stunned, they see you running towards an exit that was meant to be sealed.
Mm.
And they are going to try to intercept you. One of them says, "Hold!"
I'm gonna relay. I saw someone go out there and go down the building.
They raised the blasters and they came at you. Get on your knees. In the meantime, Sundal and Amaya, what are you two doing?
Well, I think first my main priority at this stage is I want to do a medicine check to get a real sense of like if it's just gone, there's no chance, or if there's anything that can be done, because I think that's going to decide which way I go or what I do.
So she's not breathing, and you cannot feel a pulse. And because where the location where the injury is, which is in the middle of the chest, you cannot go and start compressions because most likely you will.
Yeah. All right. And in the absence of like dramatic cybernetic equipment, which I don't have on me, it sounds like she's gone really. So I think Amaya, we've lost her. We need to go and we should, go and focus on the catching the perpetrator of this rather than stay with her.
Yeah. Like Amaya can't help anyway. She's not medically trained. She knows nothing. So
Yeah, no.
Amaya, as this is happening, you're starting to feel this rage over amplified. Why did she have to die? Why are we so useless? Why didn't we anticipate that this was going to be a trap? All what she meant was, well, all what she wanted to do was to leave a positive legacy, and now she's going to come back to her home, family, and kids in a body bag. Why? This has to be your fault. Surely. You should have done more. You could have done more.
Amaya just kind of stops and takes a breath, listening to the little voice inside her head. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's find this person. Let's go.
So I think maybe we make our way to where Runzai is, and with my security credentials,
Yep.
say that she's with the ambassador security detail, and we've spotted somebody outside the building escaping. Try and relieve her from her arrest so that she can join us in.
I was going to ask if Vazia had seen them halt Runzai and start making my way over there.
Yeah, well, so all of these things are happening in close proximity. So the Wookiee comes in, and then Vasia, you finish shaking off all the effects of the anesthetic, and you see how one of the gods from your ambassador's entourage and Amaya come in shortly after the Wookiee, and they go in the direction of the couple of gods of the city that are holding Ronsai. And then what do you guys say?
She's with us. She saw
Yeah,
that.
she's with us. She
saw the shooter.
We're trying to pursue the shooter. This is not helpful to be all tripping over each other.
Not a threat.
She's the only one that's seen the shooter. Let her go. Let us help.
They went out there.
What do we roll here? Make a coercion roll. I mean, you guys are not saying anything that is not true or accurate, but you're trying to reason with somebody that is under a lot of stress, that just saw the leader of their nation being gunned down in a most miserable way.
How coercive is Amaya? I've got 1 green, so not very coercive.
3.
Go for it.
What am I?
Take a
doing
blue
this?
for me assisting you, but
Have you seen my dice rolls? Just throwing it out there.
Amaya, as you are about to start talking to them, you hear this voice in the back of your mind say, "They're nothing but lackeys. They're inferior. They should be bowing to you. You wield the strength of the Force. They should be thanking you that you chose to address them."
So Zondel would probably see Amaya just kind of rock back on her heels, and there's like this look of consternation on her face. She's like, "What the?" She's
But you know that you are better than them. You are a Force user.
kinda. But yes, I am. And yes, I am going to blow past them. And I fully expect them to obey.
Okay.
And I say, let her go.
Right. So I am going to give you a boost die.
Okay. Let's see what happens. 3 successes and 2 threats. But
Okay.
I passed.
So Runside, you feel it. You feel that wave of dominance coming from Amaya. And she doesn't even talk. She doesn't look at them. She just growls. Move. Let her go. And you see both of them just drop the blasters down. And there is this look of horror and fear in their faces. You can see it too, Sundown.
Wow.
I don't care.
Wow.
I'm running. I don't even see the look on their faces. I'm out.
All right. I'm gonna follow her. See if we can catch the assailant. Go out.
Yep.
Yeah, likewise. Yep.
So yeah, you guys pick up Vasia. You saw that too. You were a bit further out, but you saw it too. This is not the wide-eye, hopeful smile Amaya. This is another Amaya, meaner, cruel.
Oh dear, she's going to create an incident.
I think it's a bit late for that. That incident has come and gone.
Wouldn't you be thinking,
yeah.
well, how can I use this?
So
Yeah, I have been warned by everyone to stay under the radar. Yeah, I'll run after her as well.
So yes, all of you with the Wookiee just go and make your way to the hatch, and then you start. It opens into a small terrace that connects to the descending arcade of the building. And you see how it's like a curvature of glass and metal.
Parkour!
Yeah, no, you cannot parkour that.
Aw,
Unless
slide
you
down.
have natural flying skills. I don't think that would be happening.
Damn it.
No.
No, haven't learned how to do that.
We know this person's upside down from the building. They've gone somewhere, so or have they taken that off the building as well?
Well, the center rope that was being used is no longer there.
Ooh, try to kamikaze knot. Okay. We know where they've come from, so we just go to that last known position and go from there.
The last known position was on the side of the building as the
Yeah.
guy was descending.
So unless he's doing something with gravity, he'll land at the bottom of the building in that position.
The building is kind of, yeah. Okay, so you guys go to the bottom of the building.
Yep, and then fan out from there.
You guys take a turbo lift and well, the Wookiee communicates with the local guard and said, the assailant rappelled down the side of the building. Somebody saw him going all the way down to the base, and so he should be fine out. And how does he look like, Ransai?
He was wearing black and had a mask on, so
He is wearing all black and has a mask on.
I would actually say they all black mask, medium height,
with a gun on his back.
What did I see that?
Yeah. So no, she didn't say that there was a gun in his back. It's all in black with a mask.
Very, very suspicious there.
Okay. The guards look at them, at each other, and like, okay, well, everybody that you see wearing all black, just pull him aside, and yeah.
Any speed is seen leaving the area.
So at this point, you see how the camera starts panning out as all of you start spreading out, looking for people. And as Amaya is saying, any speeders seen leaving the area, the camera shifts to a speeder that is a fair distance away. And you see Gadriel Kane is riding, has a rifle stash on the back. And he pushes something in his helmet. He said, are all the pieces in play? And a female voice responds, yes, they are. Have you secured the pieces? Said, yes, they're both with me. I said, good. I'm going to activate the regeneration fluid, and then we can proceed to extraction. And Dr. Preeti has the two bodies in one of the laboratories that were adjacent to this, not far off. And the camera shows how where the wounds are, and with the residue start converging back and recreating tissue until there is no wound. And then Dr. Preeti pulls out a couple of horse-sized syringes and just puts it in the chest of each one of them. And they woke up with a jolt and a gasp. And you see that from the shadows, another figure comes out, a woman, rather short and dark hair and a little bit of a bob cut, and said, both of you have a hit on your heads. And for very selfish reasons, we are going to provide you safe passage outside of the system. We'll keep you hidden until it's convenient. But in order for this to happen, and she looks at the queen, I need access to the vault. I need a key. And she narrows her eyes and said, how would you know about the cuts her off and said, it's not relevant. I need the key. Everything that has occurred, it relates to what's in the vault. Now quickly, we have a transport to catch. And the queen pulls out something from her crown and gives it to Dr. Afra, who looks very pleased when she takes it. And then Dr. Preeti guides her into a concealed elevator that takes them into a platform where they took an air train to one of them further out air platforms. There is a ship waiting. And Gadriel is there. I said, I'll take you to a safe place, and then I can explain better. But for the time being, the best thing that can happen to you is that everybody thinks that you're dead, and this system is about to go up in flames. And that's where we're going to finish this arc.